I wanted to ask you, did Bo get a receipt for his raid so we can take a look at it? What did the cops tell him after they raided him?
He did get a receipt. So they raided him for the stables. The logic that they used, I was just on the phone with him, is that they have a picture of him shooting Hydra by Davis PD. And then they saw him fleeing the scene.
Okay.
So their assumption was that he stashed his class 2 because they didn't find it on his person whenever they arrested him in the stables warehouse. However, that is the only thing that they raided. They didn't raid any of his other properties or cars or anything. Just that.
How does that make any sense?
Exactly.
How does that make any sense? If you think he's stashing somewhere, wouldn't a car be a possible place where you can stash a goddamn class 2?
And that's why I told him that helps his case significantly, because he's gonna go after them for this, which he should, because that one detail right there already kind of f***ed up their entire story. They also on the receipt mentioned that they weren't gonna look around Cypress at all. Like, they weren't even going to try to look for the gun. They just went directly for the warehouse because that's what they had a strong feeling it was there. In the warehouse, they found 4 ARs, 3 tactical, 1 deagle, 1 sweeper, 1 shotgun, 182 50 cal, 700 for class 2, 66 flechette, 1,200 308, 2 security cards, 20 mags, and 10 oxy.
Did they give him like a copy of the search warrant?
I believe so, yeah.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do not. I can get it.
If you can get it, I want to just read it and understand their perspective. And did they have eyes on him the whole entire time?
You're asking the same questions that I was asking him.
Oh.
No, they did not have eyes on him the entire time.
Then how can they assume that he would...
Exactly.
Ah, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
And a judge signed on this shit?
Yeah, he has
this shit boils my blood.
Yeah, so I was telling him that he needs I emailed Robin for him.
If they had eyes on him the whole entire time, I can understand that, right?
You know, because I know he would feel a certain type of way about the situation as well. Maybe even the chief of police, and see where we go from this and just build it up, because there's no way that this is going to stick and it's going to continue.
Who was the raiding officer or the primary officer? Did they tell him?
I know Ventura was the one pushing it from the beginning, because when I was in jail, right? So
interesting.
I was the first one arrested. Okay.
Ventura was pushing for it, huh? That bastard's gonna die.
They told me that they had pictures of myself with a class 2, but they didn't find the gun on my person.
Because that's the same kind of logic can apply to every single gang in Los Santos.
Because they were about to send me up, and then she's like, no, don't send her up, don't send her up. And I was like, shit, I'm about to get raided. Then they explained the photo, and then they said that they were gonna raid my warehouse. I was like, I don't have a warehouse. So then they bring up Bo. They keep me there a little bit so that I don't go into prison and call Luciano or Clark immediately and let them know what's happening. But with that same logic that they got Bo, they should have raided me as well, because they didn't find a class 2 on my person, and they had pictures of me with the class 2.
Yeah, something's fishy about this whole thing.
Yep.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I should have been raided. I have properties here. I've been caught with class 2s multiple times.
I mean, Hydra just twatted out a photo of all of them with class 2s. By that logic, they should be raided as well.
Yeah, I mean, right there. When the evidence smacks you right in the face, you're not gonna do something about it? Well, come on, man.
Yeah, but the wild thing for me is the going for one specific property and ignoring everything else that he owns just for that one specific property.
That makes no
where
sense.
they messed up. That's where they actually messed up.
That makes no sense at all. Because did they find the gun that he had?
No, there's no diligence in it either.
Wouldn't that make any sense? Oh man, that shit.
Yeah.
This is taking me back right now. I'm getting some PTSD right now. I'm getting some massive PTSD.
It's very targeted for that one property in Cypress, and I honestly think they probably were thinking they were thinking it wasn't that building. I'm assuming they were thinking it was another one, because a bunch of PD have been in that state, like that location, anyways, because of the fighting arena as well. So maybe they thought they had like a golden egg as well, and then they realized it was that one, and then even then, very targeted, very specific. Yeah, but like, it's not going to stick.
I feel like they're not doing their job correctly, though, right? If you're going to try to take the assumption that the gun is stashed, shouldn't the main objective is to find the gun and locate it, so you can say that was the main goal of the raid, and you got what you're looking for, instead of, oh my God, there's one warehouse, it must be it. It must be a stash house. Let's go raid it. Oh, we found some guns and shit like that. Guys, we're done. Enough. Wrap it up. Let's move on to the next one. That's some bullshit.
In it as well, they what was I gonna say? They mentioned in the, I don't know if it was the receipt.
Yeah, we have no problem with PD raiding, by the way. We want PD to raid. It's just to be
Bo had
fair.
mentioned that he handed the gun off to someone.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I mean,
with
Robin,
the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, it's gonna get approved. Okay, these judges don't give a fuck. They're gonna sign it all. Now, I'm obviously with you on this.
I knew it would, but look, when it came to Robin, I would have much preferred a lawyer walk in here and say, yeah,
This
you
is
know,
bullshit.
that raid was shit, but let's see what we can do. Or
yeah, he wasn't doing a good job.
He could, hold on,
he wasn't even trying, brother, then he wasn't even trying.
I just got off the phone with him.
Okay, hold on. If he would have came in here and been like, yeah, it's a
I know,
shit.
brother, the new picks, man. Come on,
to be honest with you, there's nothing that we can do. If he would have rather came with that energy, because that's the lawyers I got yesterday, and I much preferred. I'd rather be standing here with them.
I spoke to him right now. And there is an angle we're gonna try to push. And he's gonna work on it. Not saying that he's gonna be a lawyer, but listen to me, Bo. Shut the f up and listen to me.
Is this your raid or is it mine? What the fuck?
Am I trying to help you? Am I trying to help you?
Yes,
You've
you're
been
telling me
bitching
to
the
shut the
entire
fuck
time.
up.
Let me help you. Let me help you for once, okay? Let me help you.
Mom,
because I am of sound mind right now, and I'm trying to help you.
This is all you.
You didn't mention the detail of there being 2 Hydra people that were dressed with Hydra in a Hydra car. Okay, the angle that I'm trying to push is that the cops are omitting the fact that there was a license plate from a Hydra member driving you, and that was the kidnappers. Okay, he's gonna look into the reports, and if they omitted that fact, then we can get them at that point. Okay, I understand you're pissed off. We're all pissed off. Okay, but complaining about it the entire time isn't gonna help you. I'm trying to help you. And if Robin doesn't come up with an idea, I will try to find one. I don't care if it goes through Robin. I don't care if it goes through someone else. We are gonna figure it out.
Esports viewers are shook now.
They were driving that car you were claiming they were driving, which I didn't know, and the police officers saw it, and they didn't put that on the report.
Okay,
then they are omitting it.
What's the angle? Because, okay, so you're saying that when Lucian and I put on our slammer fits, stole a Hydra Dragor, and picked up Bo to get him out of there, you're saying that this could actually work?
Yes,
so
because
Sorry, go ahead.
Doesn't matter. One of you please speak.
Bo claimed that the reason he didn't have the gun on him was because he handed the gun off to the Hydra kidnappers that took him. I didn't know that little detail. Specifically that you 2 dressed up as Hydra and were in a Hydra car.
Goddamn
that
right.
wasn't on the report at all. So if the officers got that story from Bo and he claims that it happened and you guys picked him up in a car that was Hydra, they didn't put that on the report. They're omitting that information. And that is an angle that we can push.
Yeah, they have to say everything that happened. They can't hide evidence that make their case look bad.
Yes.
Okay, so me driving around in a military green Dragor with Lush, both dressed as slammers, both screaming, "We're Hydra. My name's Arnie. I'm Hydra. I'm Hydra. Hydra's here. Get in the car now." Oh my God, we're geniuses.
Could potentially help, yes. Which is what I have Robin looking into.
Okay, realistically, if they omit information, which I'm sure they have before, most likely, let's just be honest, will the judge still be like, you know what? Don't give a f. He still had guns in his spot.
That's a possibility. This is the DOJ we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible.
These guys are cooked, man.
I'm just trying to find a hole for...
I'm with it. Look, I'm down to go in and make them look stupid. Look, we've already been raided. You know, Bo will take care of the fine, no problem. You know, if they ask, it was all your shit, that's fine. As long as they don't lose the property. But if we can make them look dumb at the very least, someone's got to see, right? We have to, at the very least, try. We can't just give into the shit.